Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Petersen here, former presidential candidate for the Libertarian Party. And today is Wednesday, May the 31st, and we've got an exciting topic for you. But first, a word from our sponsors. You've probably heard of paleo and wondered, is this just another diet trend? Experts at the Paleo Secret say it's actually the perfect anti-diet with no counting calories or depriving yourself. Instead, they're about enjoying the whole, delicious, and satisfying foods your body was designed to eat the way nature intended. They're going directly against what Big Pharma and government have said about health, with hundreds of thousands of success stories to back them up. For a limited time, you can get 50% off their famous 30-day challenge risk-free. Visit www.thepaleosecret.com/freedom today and reclaim your health, youth, and energy. It's one of the greatest freedoms you could have. Welcome back. Today we are talking about a piece that I saw by Benny Arthur Johnson. If you guys aren't familiar, he's a writer at the Independent Journal Review, one of the best conservative websites out there, probably one of the most popular conservative websites. Benny Johnson, former BuzzFeed guy, also worked for the National Review. He's quite popular in conservative and libertarian circles, and he wrote a piece today about the controversy surrounding the bloody head of Donald Trump being held by Kathy Griffin, who was seen holding a decapitated head soaked in blood, and it was pretty nasty. It looked very much like Donald Trump. Nobody knows exactly what the project was for, but it's kind of funny because everybody's freaking out, and of course pretty much everybody's a hypocrite on this one, because if you look at it, it's true that what the conservatives are saying, that if this had been Obama, then people would have tried to get somebody put in prison. For example, there was this story where in Missouri, at the Missouri State Fair, there was a guy who was a rodeo clown dressed up in an Obama mask, right? And he was banned from ever participating or performing at the Missouri State Fair, again, my home state, because it was an unconscionable stunt. How dare he lampoon the president, But what the thing is that I'm going to give you my take on this. I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you. I'm going to front load it, rather than tease it out for you guys, because I know you guys really want to hear what I think. But, you should be able to do this. Yes, you shouldn't be immune from the backlash, and I understand people get offended, but first of all, why the hell do you care? Stop giving people attention. Stop paying attention. That's the problem. If you wouldn't get so butthurt and pay attention to this stuff, it wouldn't be spread around. And you know why I really hate this stuff from a personal level, not just from a professional level and from a philosophical perspective? It's because take a look, when this do me a favor, if you're listening to this show right now, okay, take a listen to how many people are going to download this show and listen to it versus the show right before it where I talk about liberals defending sweatshops. In that podcast discussion, you will find lofty discussions about globalization and economics and free trade and capitalism and about the things that we should be caring about. But nobody listened to it, nobody cares, even though it's important. Everybody's going to listen to the podcast about me talking about Kathy Griffin holding up Trump's bloody head. And, average minds talk about people, great minds talk about ideas, yada, yada, yada. I was tired the next morning. But it does upset me. It only upsets me, not because I care about Kathy Griffin holding up a head of Trump, or not because I care about a rodeo clown dressed as Obama, even though, if you're a good politician, you're supposed to fake like you care about stuff, because when people come up to me and they're outraged and they're like, vaccines cause autism, you have to be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry this happened, blah, blah, blah. And I hate that. I hate that. It creates the dishonesty in politics that we have, because the outrage culture just feeds on it. But the top of the show, the title of this show is 7 ways that liberals are basically trying to get Trump reelected. More on that after the jump. Do you suffer from obesity, digestive issues, joint pain, or feel fatigued throughout the day? How about high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or an autoimmune disease? With hundreds of thousands of success stories, the Paleo Secret's 30-day challenge is here to help. The side effects? Boundless energy, improved sleep, effortless weight loss, and even clearer skin. For a limited time, they're giving 50% off the entire transformation, all 5 free bonuses, as well as access to their private Facebook group starting at $13.50, completely risk-free. Try it at www.thepaleosecret.com/freedom today and reclaim your health, youth, and energy. It's one of the greatest freedoms you could have. Welcome back, ladies and gents. And no, the police officers are not coming to take me away, if you can hear the sirens in the background. That's what happens when you live in a downtown loft in downtown Kansas City. That's what you get. But anyways, so let's get right straight to it. You guys were good, and you listened to the ads, so and you're still here, so I will go ahead and read this to you. Again, this is from Benny Arthur Johnson, who writes, in the first 129 days of the Trump presidency, number 1, Kathy Griffin beheaded the president. Yes, yes. Even though it's kind of funny because you can see pictures of Kathy Griffin and Donald Trump together, so you have to wonder if they actually hate each other. And you know, Kathy Griffin, for, you know, say what you will, she came out and apologized yesterday because, you know, there were a lot of children who saw that picture, and there are a lot of kids who really like President Trump. You know, people like kids like the president. That's just how it is. And so when these kids saw the picture of the bloody head of Trump, some of them thought it was real. They were very upset. So Kathy apologized. I mean, and then of course the conservatives were jumping on her saying, you should apologize to the president, which of course, if she did, it's not like they were going to be happy with that anyway. It's like, you know, so nobody is ever going to be happy. Everybody's just, the only time people are happy is when they're hating on each other. That's the only time, that's the only thing that seems to make anybody happy anymore, is like, oh, have I flung enough poo today? Have I flung enough poo at people on, you know, on Facebook or on Twitter? Have I created enough rage? Have I trolled enough people? Have I drank the tears of enough enemies today? And that's really what it is. I mean, look at the outrage culture on the right and the left. On the left, you've got the social justice warriors who are freaking out at the Evergreen College campus saying that this professor is racist, even though he's a progressive, and they're trying to get him banned. Why? Because, you know, he claims that it's all about equality of opportunity, not equality of outcomes. And we can discuss that at a later time. But then we take a look at the right, and you've got the patriotically correct police. It's like, you didn't salute the flag enough. It's like, don't you dare burn the flag. But if you burn the Constitution, well, hell yeah, that's good because Trump says it was okay. No, that's not how it works. We got the PC on the left, PC on the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with liberty, with you, the listeners, the Freedom Report. You guys are the ones who probably actually give a damn about the ideas rather than left or right. Now, I know we're going to get a lot of people in here who are going to be like, well, I wanted to listen to what Austin had to say about the bloody head of Donald Trump. And if this doesn't make you happy, good. This means that this is the cognitive dissonance leaving your body. The pain, the anger, the rage that you feel is the ignorance slowly manifesting itself outside of your ventricles. It's making its way from the middle of your heart through your aorta up through your brain, and it's coming out of your mouth, and you're just going to have a long scream, and afterwards, when it's all over, and you realize that it's just words and you shouldn't be butthurt, then you might be a libertarian after that. But not yet. Make sure you read economics in the one lesson. And, you know, if you don't want to sell heroin to 5-year-olds, then you're probably not a real libertarian. Go to hell, you statist. Anyways, no, just kidding. You're required to say that. Sorry, that was a big tangent. Number 2 ways that liberals are helping get the president reelected. Snoop Dogg shot the president in a music video. Snoop Dogg, la da 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 da. Who cares? Why? You know, the people who are going to be mad about that don't even listen to rap music. I listen to rap music, and I'm as white as you can get, and I love rap music, and I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I think it's stupid, but who cares? Why are you butthurt? Number 3, the president's 11-year-old son was called a future serial killer and animal mutilator by prominent writers on Twitter. Of course, absolutely. And they're disgusting. The liberals are absolutely disgusting for it. This is a perfect example of how the liberals are going to get Trump reelected. I just think that Donald Trump shouldn't even worry about having to run a reelection campaign. He should just have the liberals just keep doing what he's doing, and the liberals are going to help him get reelected. And, you know, Covfeef, hashtag Covfeef. By the way, it is pronounced Covfeef, just so you know. The president posted yesterday about his haters, and then he posted Covfeef, C-O-V-F-E-F-E, and it's pronounced Covfeef. At least that's how it was pronounced when I was growing up. So if you're not down with the latest meme and the latest hashtag about Covfeef and Donald Trump right now, you know, just off yourself because, or just shut off this podcast because you're just obviously not cool enough. Okay, if you don't know what cuff-beef is. All right, number 4, Madonna declared to a cheering audience that we should blow up the White House. Now, I heard that, like, the Secret Service talked to her or something like that, and it's no big deal. Like, Madonna is going to blow up the White House. But, I mean, it's just another thing that gives the conservatives the ammunition that they can go and post on their blogs, and then they get to turn around and they get to say, look, they're terrorists. Like, yeah, Madonna's a freaking terrorist, please. Number 5. Teachers suspended for pointing a gun at Trump, screaming, die, die, die. Yes, this is absolutely idiotic. I mean, like, it just shows the banality. I'm going to say banal. Banal is not boring. It just shows the absurdity of the dialogue that comes from our professors. Like, even the professors in many of these institutions are now nothing more than screaming, whining, crying children. And it's all of this movement that's been pushed by the left about the privilege and the social justice and about all of these issues about racism, which is funny because I actually see the left as more racist now than the right is in many ways. Maybe it's always been that way. I mean, I haven't seen Democrats this mad since Abraham Lincoln took away all their slaves, but they are really racist because they're doing all of these events. Like the big controversy recently was that they had a no whites day. Like they were telling all the whites to stay home today, and some professor had the gall to show up on the day of that they were supposed to teach class. And they were pissed at him because there was no whites allowed. It's like, what the hell? You guys, the civil libertarians fought for desegregation in the 1960s. Civil rights was fought and died. So many people fought and died in the South for civil rights. And now you're asking for resegregation? You know why? I was talking to my buddy Jeff Carson about this the other day. This is exactly what's going on. You know what it is? It's because the elites, the politicians, and the conspiracy, blah, 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 the establishment, the political establishment, in order to rule us, they must divide us. And so now that racism has started to go away, they have to fan the flames of racism again. Because without racism, without slavery or some other cause, these institutions won't be able to fundraise. It's right? Like, what will Planned Parenthood do when it's either totally illegal or totally infeasible to kill babies? They're going to find a way to kill as many babies as possible because they need to fundraise, because these people need jobs. And so that's what is going on today with the left. This is what you see with the social justice movement. This is why you see racism. And they want to divide us along partisan lines. They want to divide us along racial lines. They want to divide us along gender lines. They want to divide us along class lines. It's like if you're a rich guy, we hate rich people, or if you're rich people, you should hate poor people, or if you're middle class, you should hate everybody, because the middle class are getting screwed the most of anybody. And so we have got to find a way to resist this, because this is the problem in American society. And this is why I'm a libertarian, because I believe that the libertarian message, the liberty message unites us. This is a Ron Paul quote. He said, the liberty message unites us. It doesn't divide us. We have got to get together, ladies and gentlemen. Stop worrying about stupid things like race or color or creed or nationality. Again, those are all trigger words for you people, but you're gonna have to wise up. You're gonna have to wise up, because a wall on the southern border is not gonna solve things. Walling ourselves off from free speech on college campuses are not going to solve things. And this is how we all get screwed. This is how we all get screwed. This is how we maintain the political establishment. If you want to talk about taking power away from the elites, we have got to stop dividing ourselves. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Number 6. Sorry, I got on a big rant there. Number 6. Well, this is why you listen to this show, isn't it? Number 6. Sarah Silverman calls for an American military overthrow of Trump. Sarah Silverman's a moron. But, why do you care? It's like, who cares what Sarah Silverman thinks? She's a comedian. Not a very funny one, but again, these are the things that are going to help Trump get reelected. Number 7, Benny Arthur Johnson says in the final one, Stephen Colbert and Meryl Streep were, well, themselves. Yeah, of course. Meryl Streep and Sarah Silverman. I mean, Meryl Streep, we all know her big thing about what she said about Trump and about, the dying of America. And Stephen Colbert is, lecturing his audience because of the Russia thing. And it's just a mess. I mean, the only thing worse than the state of the conservative or Republican Party or the vast right wing. The only thing that's worse than the state of that is the state of the Democrats, the social Democrats. I mean, not only are they in full electoral retreat across the entire nation, an ocean of red with tiny, tiny little Pangeas of blue here and there in the major cities, but their people have gone. I want to say the word, but I just can't. Their people have gone mentally disabled. They are severely disabled, folks. The social democratic movement in the United States has gone full you know what, and everybody knows you never go full you know what. Hey, whatever. Donald Trump, 4 more years. People be like, Austin, run for president in 2020. Hell no, folks. You dug this mess. Y'all can lie in it. I got other plans to advance liberty, of which you can participate in. Listen, if you want to join my campaign for liberty and be a part of all the specialness and all the, non-cognitive dissonance, non-conspiracy theory, non-confirmation bias, free market, free thinking, free minds, free people, if you want to be a part of this, then do me a favor. Get in touch with me on my Facebook page or send me a direct message on Twitter. If you want, I will give you a phone call. Send me your phone number and an email address, and I will call you directly to discuss the future of liberty in the United States. The only stipulations I would ask is that you be 18 years of age or older and a U.S. citizen, because, parents think it's kind of weird when a politician or somebody calls a kid who's like 15 years old. Understandable. So please, kids, you must be 18 to get a call from Austin Petersen. So send me your phone number and your email address, please, and also a good time to call would be really helpful, and I will message you directly. You can send it to my Facebook page at facebook.com/producer Petersen. Follow me on Twitter at AP for Liberty. That's AP, the number 4, Liberty on Twitter, and you all have a wonderful day. Folks, as government continues to invade our healthcare marketplace, it's more important than ever to stay healthy. And with hundreds of thousands of success stories as proof, the Paleo Secret team is here to help you lose weight, feel great, and naturally supercharge your energy. They're tackling health issues Big Pharma has failed to treat without the dangerous side effects. And for libertarians who want to avoid the medical establishment, going paleo is the surest path for good health, longevity, and personal freedom. Trust me, I went paleo a while back, and it was the fastest I have lost weight in my entire life. Visit www.thepaleosecret.com/freedom today to try their 30-day challenge risk-free at 50% off.